Every day you are creating your reality. You are manifesting whether you think you are or not. And it just depends on whether you're manifesting in the direction you want to go in or if you're kind of manifesting backwards, right? So the universe is a mirror, which means that it mirrors you and where you're at within your frequency. And your subconscious is what creates your reality, not your consciousness mind. So, like, you can say and wish all you want for that new Toyota Highlander that holds 8 people, but it's not going to come unless you subconsciously believe that you are worthy of it, that you are a person that owns the Toyota Highlander, things of that sort. So, in order to create that reality, you have to sit down and you have to write down a list on what exactly do you think that person is, and that embodies what you want. Like, with when it comes to like finding love or relationships or money, you have to sit down and be like, okay, well, the person who has a successful business, what does she wear? What does he wear? What do they do? And then you embody that energy. Is a person with a successful business going to be worried about, spending money? No, they're going to try and work through their money scarcity issues and working through, like, why do I feel this way? And going and learning about your self-limiting beliefs and why you are not there yet. So why you are not embodying that identity of a person who creates their reality in the way that you're looking for it to be created. So to go over it again, you have to know what you want. You have to figure out what the type of person you have to be in order to get what you want. And then you need to embody it by healing things and then going for what you want. And here's the kicker. One of the other really amazing tools is visualization. So your subconscious brain doesn't know the difference between a thought or reality, right? So our conscious brain, which is the thing that's not controlling our manifestations, right? Like the wishing brain, but your subconscious brain does not recognize that. So that's why when you're watching TV or things that are really negative, your subconscious brain trains itself to be in this like negative state. So then negative things are happening around you. So what you even watch influences you so much. The people you hang around, what you talk about, what you say out loud, that influences your subconscious brain and your reticular activating system, which is basically your brain's filter. So this is the trick. You have to visualize what you want. There was this control group that was done by Joe Dispenza that he referenced in his book, Becoming Supernatural. And it talks about how, like, some people, they imagined their bicep flexing, but they never actually flexed their bicep. And then other people imagined their bicep flexing in the future, but they didn't do it. And then other people didn't do anything at all. And the people who actually imagined their bicep flexing without actually doing anything increased their, like, strength in their arm for like 13% without doing anything other than imagining in the moment. So if you're thinking in the future, like if you're imagining in the future, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're seeing yourself down the line, you have to imagine you're there now. So a lot of the times what I recommend is people to superimpose their imagination on things. And sometimes that can be a little difficult, but so you know what your elementary school looked like, right? You can imagine it, or you can imagine what the inside of your car looks like right now. Well, you're sitting here looking at your phone. You know what the interior looks like, you know what the outside of the car looks like, and it kind of flashes in front of your brain, kind of like a memory. Would you see my lip? It kind of flashes in your brain, kind of like a memory, right? So in a sense, that's how you want to visualize, but you want to superimpose it over your life right now. So for instance, the best way I can describe it is let's say that I want this Toyota Highlander. If you guys haven't picked up yet, that's the car that I really want. But instead of me driving down the road in what I am driving in, right, I will sit there and I'll kind of look at what the Toyota Highlander looks like on the inside a little bit. I'd look at those images and then I will imagine, while superimposing, that I'm in that Toyota Highlander as I drive down the road. And then I'm taking action steps every day in order to reach that. So every day you get closer and closer to your goal. But the more and more you do that, the more and more you're manifesting and creating that energy to come to you. A lot of the times people think about manifestation like the law of attraction, but what people don't realize is that the law of attraction is just a tiny little step on the journey, and that you can wish all day for something, but it's not going to come to you unless you put a little bit of energy into it. Also, discipline is going to be your best friends within here. So let's say that you want to lose weight, right? Well, are you going to lose weight by going to get those chili cheese fries at Sonic? No, it's probably not going to happen for you because you're not aligning with the person that is your ideal weight or your healthy body, right? So you have to align with that person, and sometimes that looks like a little bit of discipline. A lot of the times manifestation talks about, like, follow your alignment, follow what makes you the most happy, what is within your heart. And that's true, because whatever you follow within your heart, you're going to be the most excited for, and you're going to make it happen. But sometimes manifestation is uncomfortable. Sometimes it's breaking out of old habits and loving yourself more than anything so that you can create the reality that you want. So if you're struggling with money and you want to manifest more money, sometimes that looks like not going to get the extra deck of tarot cards, or shopping online and getting the new fun next new gadget that comes out, right? Sometimes it looks like saving money and asking yourself and sitting there and be like, you know what? Does this next purchase or this next move that I'm making align with the person that I want to be? And you ask yourself that every single time you do anything. Like, so today, I'm trying to save up for a couple different things. And I was sitting there, I was really hungry, and I was like, oh, I want to get DoorDash. And I'm like, but part of me was like manifestation, the beginning manifestation part of me was like, oh my gosh, I deserve some Los Mariachis or Cantina. Like, I deserve an enchilada so much right now. I deserve it. I go through and I do so much, right? And a part of me was like, well, let me reward that, like, self-care. But then I'm like, wait a second. Does that align with the person that I want to be? Not only do I want to become a healthier version of myself, but I also am trying to save money for things. So does that help with what I'm wanting to do? No, because an enchilada is not going to help me be a healthier person unless it's like modified. But those places at those restaurants, they don't really have like those modified versions. And then, am I going to be able to save? DoorDash is $25 every time you do it. It's like, is that really worth it, right? So I decided against it, and I stayed home and I made a salad. And even though it's not as fulfilling as an enchilada was, I still felt amazing about my decision, because I'm like, wow, I'm making moves every day in order to become the person that I want to become. By doing that, it puts you into alignment. And a lot of times they're trying to manifest more money, but you have to be in alignment in order for that abundance to flow to you, because the end goal is not necessarily more money. It's being the healed version of yourself so that abundance can flow to you from all areas, right? So it's looking like being grateful, being happy about your life, and then just embodying the person that you want to be. So that's how I do it, and that's how I recommend everybody to go through. So rewatch the video, go ahead and write down exactly what you're looking for and what you want to manifest, right? What the kind of person who manifests like what you want looks like, and sometimes that's easy to look for examples, who do I think, like, her name is Layla Hermosi. She's such a successful boss babe. I love her. And she's got all of these, she's got a great portfolio, and I'm like, I love watching her talk. I think she's well spoken, and you just kind of get like role models in that sense, right? So I'd be like, I want her to be, like a role model in a sense. Or let's say you want to lose weight, so you look at somebody who's gone online and they've lost weight, you know what I mean? Or even if losing weight shouldn't be your goal, because a lot of times people like want to lose weight because they want to feel it like different, but really it should be just wanting to be a healthier person and loving your body, right? And that comes along with it, right? The abundance. So just go for it. You're amazing. You can create the reality that you want. You just have to take a couple extra steps and realize that wishing is not going to get you anywhere, but action and aligned focus and discipline will get you everywhere you want to go. I hope that gave you some clarity. Make sure you come on tonight to join my live, because we're doing some candle specials, and I hope everybody has a blessed day.